Hey everybody, it's the rare old timer coming to you from Boulogne, France. We had a false start there a couple minutes ago. We got a message that there wasn't enough bandwidth or whatever it was to do what we want to do. So we started over again. First song is a song by Eric Bogle. It's a World War I song from the point of view of the combatant. I was a young man, carried me back, and I lived the free life of a rover, from the Murray's green basin to the dusty outback. I would waltz my Matilda all over. But then in 1915, my country said, son, it's time to stop rambling, there's work to be done. And they gave me a tin hat, and they gave me a gun. They marched me away to the war. And the band played Waltzing Matilda as the ship pulled away from the quay. Amidst all the tears, flag waving and cheers, we sailed off for Gallipoli. I'll never forget that terrible day when our blood stained the sands and the waters, and how in that hell that they call Stewball Bay we were butchered like lambs at the slaughter. Well, Johnny Turkey was ready, he primed himself well, he rained us with bullets and he showered us with shells. And in 5 minutes flat, we were all blown to hell. It nearly blew us back home to Australia. And the band played Waltzing Matilda, and we stopped to bury our slain. We buried ours, and the Turks buried theirs, and it started all over again. Those who remained tried to survive in this mad world of blood, death, and fire. Let's start that over again. Those who remained tried to survive in this mad world of blood, death, and fire. For 10 weary weeks I kept myself alive, while the corpses around me piled higher. Well, then a big Turkish shell blew me arse overhead. When I awoke in me hospital bed, seeing what it had done, I wished I was dead. I never knew there were worse things than dying. So no more I'll go waltzing Matilda all around the green bush, far and free. The hump tent and pegs, a man needs both legs. No more waltzing Matilda for me. While they gathered the injured, the wounded, the maimed, and they took us back home to Australia. The armless, the legless, the blind, the insane, those proud wounded heroes of Stewball. And when the ship pulled in the circular quay, looked at the place where my legs used to be, thank Christ there was no one there waiting for me to mourn and to grieve and to pity. And the band played Waltzing Matilda, and they carried us down the gangway. Nobody cheered, they just stood there and stared, and they turned their faces away. Well, now every April I sit on me porch, and and I watch the parade pass before me. To see my old comrades, how proudly they march, reliving their days of past glory. While the old men march slowly, all bent, stiff and sore, the forgotten heroes of a forgotten war. And the young people ask, what are they marching for? And I ask myself that same question. And the band played Waltzing and Matilda, and the old men still answer the call. Year after year, numbers get fewer, soon no one will march here at all. Waltzing Matilda, waltzing Matilda, who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? And their ghosts can be heard as they march by the Billabong. Who'll come a waltzing Matilda with me? So that is Waltzing Matilda. And next up, we got a Peter, Paul, and Mary song. That's my key. Well, Stewball was a racehorse, and I wish he were mine. He never drank water, he always drank wine. His bridle was silver, and his mane it was gold. The worth of his saddle has never been told. Well, the fairgrounds were crowded, the Stewball was there. The betting was heavy on the bay and the mare. Well, I bet on the gray mare, and I bet on the bay, but I bet on old Stewball, be a free man today. Way out yonder, ahead of them all, came a dancing and a prancing, my noble Stewball. Who else he hollered, I'm the turtle of bones, for a poor boy in trouble, I'm a long way from home. The Stewball was a racehorse, I wish he were mine. Never drank water, he always drank wine. So that is Stewball. Next up is a song that was done by a lot of people. I think this one is the closest to the Johnny Cash version than any of the other ones. If I were a carpenter, you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby? If a tinker were my trade, would you still find me carrying the pots I made, following behind me? Save my love through loneliness, save my love for sorrow. I've given you my loneliness, so I'm giving you tomorrow. If I work my hands in wood, good. If I work my hands in wood, would you still love me? Answer me, baby, yes I would. Put you above me. If I were a miller, at a mill wheel grinding, would you miss your colored box and your soft shoes shining? Save my love through loneliness, save my love for sorrow. I've given you my loneliness, come and give me you tomorrow. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, okay, so next up is a new song. I'm not doing so well with the old ones, so I hope I do a lot better with this one. This is a Gordon Lightfoot song. We lost him earlier in the month, I think. Might have been in April. This is called The House You Live In. Go first in the world, forth with your fears. Remember, a price must be paid. You're always too soon, you're never too fast, at the time when all bets must be laid. Beware of the darkness, be kind to your children. Remember the woman who waits, and the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger that stands at the gate. When you're caught by the gale and you're full under sail, beware all the dangers below. And the song that you sing should not be too sad, and be sure not to sing it too slow. Be calm in the face of all common disgraces. Know what they're doing it for. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger that stands at the door. When you're out in the world, feeling quite lost, remember the burden of fame. Who is wise will not criticize when other men fail at the game. Beware of strange faces, dark dingy places. Be careful while bending along. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger that stands at the door. When you're down in the dumps, not ready to deal, decide what it is that you need. Is it money or love, learning to live, or is it the mouth you must feed? Be known as a man who will always be candid on questions that do not relate. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger that stands at the gate. And the house you live in will never fall down if you pity the stranger that stands at the gate.
That's the House You Live In by Gordon Lightfoot. So, next up is a John Prine song. This one's about his parents' hometown of Paradise, Kentucky. It was a coal mining town. It got strip mined and pretty much decimated. When I was a child, my family would travel down to western Kentucky, where my parents were born. There's a backwards old town so often remembered. So many times my memories are worn. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Well, I'm sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away. Sometimes we travel right down the Green River to the abandoned old pit shaft by Adrie Hill, where the air smelled like snakes and we shoot with our pistols, and empty pop bottles was all we could kill. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled it away. Well, the coal company came with the world's largest shovel, and they tortured the timber and they stripped all the land. They dug for their coal till the land was forsaken. They wrote it all down as the progress of man. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train is hauled away. When I die, let my ashes float down the Green River. Let my soul roll on up to the Rochester Dam. Be halfway to heaven with paradise waiting, only 5 miles from wherever I am. Daddy, won't you take me back to Muhlenberg County, by the Green River where paradise lay? Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. Sorry, my son, but you're too late in asking. Mr. Peabody's coal train has hauled it away. So that's John Prine's Paradise, and that's my first mini concert from Boulogne, France. Stay tuned though, because we got some additional content coming up here. We got a song by Dave Daniels. We also have a song by Melanie Plank, and Karen's going to be posting them as soon as this thing goes up on the web. See you next week.